There can be no transforming of darkness into light and of apathy into movement without emotion. Emotions are complex psychological and physiological responses to external or internal stimuli that are associated with a range of feelings, such as happiness, sadness, anger, fear, and love. They are often accompanied by bodily changes, such as changes in heart rate, breathing, and muscle tension, and can be expressed through facial expressions, body language, and vocalizations. Emotions can be influenced by a variety of factors, including biological processes, past experiences, cultural and social norms, and personal beliefs and values. They play an important role in human behavior, decision-making, and social interaction, and can have both positive and negative effects on our physical and mental well-being. There are 4 basic ways people deal with emotion. 1. Avoidance. Avoidance is a coping mechanism that involves avoiding people, situations, or activities that trigger negative emotions or feelings. People may use avoidance as a way to protect themselves from emotional pain, discomfort, or anxiety. However, while avoidance may provide temporary relief, it is generally not an effective long-term coping strategy and can lead to increased anxiety and stress. There are different types of avoidance behaviors, including behavioral avoidance and cognitive avoidance. Behavioral avoidance involves avoiding certain situations or people that trigger negative emotions, while cognitive avoidance involves avoiding thoughts or feelings that are uncomfortable or distressing. For example, someone who is afraid of flying may avoid traveling by plane and choose alternative means of transportation instead. This is an example of behavioral avoidance. On the other hand, someone who has experienced a traumatic event may avoid thinking or talking about the event as a way to avoid experiencing the associated emotions. This is an example of cognitive avoidance. While avoidance may provide temporary relief, it can also have negative consequences. Avoidance can lead to increased anxiety, stress, and feelings of isolation. It can also prevent people from facing their fears and learning how to cope with difficult emotions. Therefore, a much more powerful approach is to find the hidden, positive meaning in those things you once thought were negative emotions. 2. Denial. A second approach to dealing with emotion is the denial strategy. Ignoring the messages that your emotions are trying to give you by denying them only creates more pain. Experiencing an emotion and trying to pretend it's not there is the denial strategy that people often use, saying, "It doesn't feel that bad." However, they keep stoking the fire within themselves by thinking disempowering thoughts. They may keep wondering why things go wrong, how someone has taken advantage of them, or how they do everything right, but still face difficulties. In other words, they maintain their focus and physiology, asking the same disempowering questions. Ignoring the messages that your emotions are trying to give you will not make things better. If the message your emotions are trying to deliver is ignored, the emotions simply increase their amperage. They intensify until you finally pay attention. Trying to deny emotions is not the solution. Understanding and using them is the strategy that needs to be learned. 3. Competition. When individuals stop fighting their painful emotions, they often decide to indulge in them fully. They intensify it and make it even worse than it is. It becomes a badge of courage. And they begin to compete with others, saying, "You think you have got it bad? Let me tell you how bad I have got it." It literally becomes part of their identity, a way of being unique. They begin to pride themselves on being worse off than anyone else. As you can imagine, this is one of the deadliest traps of all. However, this approach is dangerous as it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, trapping the person in a cycle of negative emotions. Instead, it is important to recognize that these emotions serve a positive purpose and avoid this deadly trap. A more powerful and healthy approach is to learn the positive message that the emotions are trying to convey. 4. Learning and using. Emotions are an essential aspect of life, and if you want to succeed, you must learn to make them work for you rather than against you. Running away from emotions, trivializing them, or deluding yourself about what they mean is not the solution. Instead, even the painful emotions can serve as an internal compass to guide you towards the actions you need to take to achieve your goals. Without understanding how to use this compass, you will always be at the mercy of any psychological storm that comes your way. Many people mistakenly believe that emotions are their enemies or that their emotional well-being is rooted in their past. However, the truth is that we can shift from crying to laughing in an instant, depending on how strongly we interrupt our emotions. For instance, some people search for deep, dark secrets in their past to explain their current struggles. But constantly looking for reasons why your past has hampered your present or why you're screwed up only generates negative emotions that reinforce your belief in your limitations. A more empowering approach is to adopt the belief that your past does not equal your future. This helps you use your emotions effectively by understanding that they all serve you in some way. You must learn from your emotions and use them to create the results you want for a better quality of life. The emotions you once thought of as negative are merely a call of action. In fact, instead of calling them negative emotions, from now onwards, let's call them action signals. I hope you find this information helpful. This topic is from the book, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. In the next video, we will share information about the steps to emotional mastery. If you want to grow personally and professionally, click the subscribe and the bell icon, and let's do it together. Thanks for watching.